first opened for business in 1994. There's a look at Progressive Field here in Cleveland. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Oakland A's and the Cleveland Indians. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Cleveland Indians.
Mark Canha heads for the box, ready to lead this one off today.
Leading off with the Athletics, left fielder, Mark Canha.
Liner toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Well, first pitch of the game, a lot of guys on the mound are thinking, all right, let's just get ahead here with the fastball. And he was having none of it at the plate. Drives this one for a solid single to start things out.
Smoke toward the hole. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Well, I'm pretty sure this isn't how you envision things going when you're getting ready out in the bullpen. He's thrown two pitches here to start the ball game, and both of them have become base hits. That's not a good start.
Jed Lowry steps up to the plate with a great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
And you know, you hear it all the time, but scoring first really is a big deal in this game. Statistically, your chance of winning the game goes up quite a bit when you score first, so this is a big opportunity right now.
Taken high and deep to right. Going back is the right fielder. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Chris Davis. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Fastball in there for a called strike.
They've got an opening here, so this is where you can really jump on a guy out there before he's settled in.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
And this is a guy who will not get cheated up there, and he almost came out of his shoes on that one.
And the slider gets him swinging. Two gone.
Well, he allowed the first two guys to get on in this inning, and that's something you never want to do. But then he bears down. He gets the previous guy to fly out. Then he comes up with a huge strikeout right here. That's a good job to bounce back just when things were starting to look a little grim.
Number 13 stands in for the first time. Trying to escape unscathed here in the first. Low for ball one. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Carl Dixon.
Well, Matt, I think Dixon has sometimes been thought of as a hitter's umpire. The book on him is that he can be a little bit tight on the edges of the strike zone. We'll see if that's the case.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with two gone.
Yeah, no shortage of base runners here already in the top of the first. That's going to load the bases now with two away, and that sets up a pretty big at-bat because you want to make sure you can get something here and strike first on the road.
Stephen Piscotty steps into the box now, and he does so in what feels like what will be an important moment in this one. Bases loaded, high score.
Yeah, guys, and it's always nice to play with that early lead, so we'll see if he can get it done right here.
Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
I think he saw stars in his eyes there. He was thinking grand slam on that one.
And he takes strike 2.
Well, this would be a big break for him here in the first inning if he can get out of this.
Carrasco pauses. Here it is on 0-2. Way out in front as this is yanked foul into the seats in left. Here's the 0-2. He got him. And exhale as he's out of the jam, and the inning is over. A's threatened. And with that, let's get a look at the starting lineup for the Indians. Eric, who stands out to you?
Well, one man worth focusing on is Edwin Encarnacion. Edwing, as they call him. He's got light tower power. Make a mistake up in the zone, and you better be prepared to see it leave the yard.
Francisco Lindor will stand in to start things out, with his guys pretty fortunate to get out of that last half inning with the game still scoreless.
Yeah, they were able to dodge a bases-loaded situation. That could have gotten out of hand quickly, so maybe they can calm their guy down a bit by getting a couple runs here.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Tries to drag his way on here, but now he's behind 1-2. Now the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
That's a pitch that you got to stay on top of, or else it'll take off on you just like that one did.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Lifted in the air out to left. Canna on the move. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Ready now, Michael Brantley. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Seared down the first baseline. This is foul for the first strike. The windup and the 0-1. Lifted the other way to left center. And he'll reach down to make the catch as he takes that one right off his shoe tops for the second out. Jose Ramirez gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, the best way to make a team pay for hitting it is to come around and score. Let's see what they can do.
Edwin Encarnacion set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Here's the first pitch to him. Just short, hit hard. Simeon's got it. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Now to the plate, Yonder Alonso, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat, 1-0. 1-0 is a curveball that's over for strike one.
Well, he's having some problems here with location. He's got 2 on already here in the first, and that last pitch right down the middle.
2 down, runners at first and second. And there's ball 2 now.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
2-1, here it is. To 2-2 now. You get that feeling that'll be a pitch we see a lot of as this game goes along.
And when he's throwing that thing good, a lot of times that's where it winds up. So these guys are going to have to prove they can lay off that thing in the dirt, or they're going to keep seeing it.
And this one's in the dirt, but fortunately here, no advance. And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Well, we knew he had to work carefully with the runner in scoring position, but I don't think a walk was what he had in mind. It's going to make things just a little trickier now with the bases loaded.
Jason Kipnis will dig in now, and he's picked the wrong time of year for his bat to go silent.
Yeah, just 1 hit in the series so far for him, and they're going to have to get more out of his bat. But he's got to make sure he doesn't press up there, or that average is going to continue to go south.
But he's safe at third as he's able to scramble back. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Misses, ball 2. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Boy, talk about a tough start to a ball game. Everything that could go wrong, it has gone wrong here in the first inning. And forcing in a run with a bases-loaded walk just could be the tip of the iceberg.
Yan Gomes has a great opportunity now to break this game wide open as he comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been watching closely here, Matt. Always feels great to get some run support from your guys.
First pitch is a sinker for a called strike 1.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. And you got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Outside for a ball, 1-1. And he misses 2-1.
Well, he's starting to put himself into a no-win situation. Obviously, you don't want to walk home a run. But you can't just throw a cookie in there because he could bring in 4 with 1 swing.
And he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Lowry is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases-loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. So a run on no hits, and they... Number 18 digs in here for his first appearance.
Leading off for the Athletics, third baseman, number 18.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you've got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And this is a spot where, to me, you don't need to play home run derby here. I mean, if your last name is Pujols or Fielder, maybe, but for a guy like this, you just try to get on base and give your guys a chance to drive you in.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Ready with the 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. Now the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Pretty stress-free inning so far. 2 batters, 6 pitches, and 2 strikeouts.
Jonathan Lucroy into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Hit hard, but just fouled, and that was just about extra bases. The 0-1 delivery. Oh, and he was fooled that time on the pitch away as he went around for strike 2. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So add one more name to the record book here as he strikes out this side on 9 pitches. We're back to Progressive Field in just a moment. Number 30 digs in, ready for his first plate appearance.
Right fielder, number 30.
Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
And I don't think this partisan crowd is going to like that too much. One thing you don't want to do as an opposing pitcher, 2 things actually. 1, you don't want to get the crowd involved early, and 2, you don't want to set yourself up for a possible big inning. Now, both of those things have come true.
Rajai Davis stands in. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Snap throw from the catcher, but he's back in safely. Nobody out, runner on first. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1.
Yeah, a good job there to hold off. We'll see if they leave the bunt on here. I imagine they will.
Runner goes for second. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. And he's safe.
Well, I'm not really quite sure what happened right there. Defensively, you'd think you'd be able to prevent this from happening. But once the ball gets away, the base runner recognizes that everybody's a little bit lost out there, and he's able to take 2 bases on that play and get all the way to third.
And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out. Francisco Lindor will stand in, looking to make this a 2-0 game if he can perhaps get a ball airborne. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. And that's a called strike at the letters. Though that looked high from here, it's 0-2 now.
And this is the thing that's so impressive.
And meanwhile, this pitch gets away from him. It is.
Yeah, that's his second wild pitch of the game, and this one's going to cost him. It almost looked like he got a cleat stuck on that delivery because this is nowhere close. That runner's going to come in and score from third.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. 3-2 now.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Now a slider, but this misses down and in for ball 4.
Not a real good sign here. Already his third walk of the ball game this early on. And that's a sign to me he may not have brought his A game to the ballpark. He's had to work awfully hard out there so far.
Michael Brantley steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
Got to be careful here with a run in already. You don't want to let one get away from you and lose the possibility of a double play.
2-0.
And 2-0 as this one's taken low. Another 2-0 count here to begin an at-bat.
Once or twice is a pattern. More than that is a trend. And he's just not going to have much success if he keeps falling behind every hitter.
Pitches a cold strike, the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
And let's train our eyes on this stolen base from our high first base camera. You'll see him get a pretty good jump, and he wasn't looking back at all right there, so he gets into scoring position now with 1 out.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. That's lifted the other way out to left. Canna is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Now batting.
Digging in, Jose Ramirez. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up.
Yeah, I wonder if he rubbed it.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Piscotty has it in his tracks. And that retires the side. Indians forced to settle for 1. We played 2 full. It's the Indians 2 and the A's. Back from Progressive Field as we're set for the beginning of the 3rd inning here on the show. Mark Canna will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Right now, they'd be lucky to just put one in play.
And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
Got in his kitchen big time right there.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 5 straight strikeouts now, and there's 1 gone.
And he's feeling it out there now. I mean, that is 5 straight guys that he struck out now. His defenders may as well come on into the dugout and take a break because